Hi folks, today we're going to go through the worksheet on safety equipment, the first one. Okay, where do goggles belong when you're wearing them? Clearly they belong over your eyes. They only protect your eyes if you're wearing them. Okay, they do no good on your forehead. Okay, so they have to be covering your eyes. How do you use a fire extinguisher? Well, if you've got a fire that's going, right, you start the fire extinguisher, and they're different, but then you spray the fire extinguisher at the base of the flames. It doesn't do any good to spray it up here. Right? You've got to spray the fire extinguisher at the base of the flames. Now, in all honesty, I'd rather you not use the fire extinguisher, and that's something that I would use or Ms. Sherman would use, but bottom line is you spray it at the bottom if we're not around. When should you wear a lab apron? Well, I tend to wear one more than I need to because I just like to protect my clothes. Even if I'm just washing dishes, right, then I will tend to wear a lab apron. Right? Certainly if you're using any kind of chemicals that could hurt your clothing, or they could hurt you, okay, even if it's as simple as bleach, that's something that can damage your clothing, so I would certainly wear a lab apron if I was working with any kind of chemical that could possibly get on me and hurt my clothes. Under what condition should you use the fume hood? Well, if you're using anything that generates any type of gas that's dangerous, or the other type of thing is if you have something that could possibly explode. ODE. Alright, if you're working with something that can explode, you can lower the glass in the fume hood, and that will protect you because that is shatterproof glass. Alright, what position should the gas jets be left on when you're done with the lab? Well, you've got these gas jets that kind of look like this. Right? And there's also there is a little nozzle at the top, right? And it has a handle on it. The handle should be left in this position at a 90-degree angle to the spout coming out, because if it is directly over it, if you put it over here so that it's this way, then that's going to let the gas out. So you always want to make sure that the thing is closed. Now, we do protect you by turning off the gas in the prep room, but still, gas jet should always be off when you're done with the lab. So, speaking of the emergency gas shutoff, that is in the prep room right inside the door on your right. And it's a red button. You just hit it and it turns off the gas. When should you use the eye wash station? Well, that's pretty simple. If you get something in your eye, so any kind of chemical that you get in your eye, you should use the eye wash station and just stay there and keep using it. You want to flush your eye with lots and lots and lots of water. You only have one pair of eyes, so you want to protect them as much as you can. When should you use a fire blanket? Well, clearly if you had a fire, a very small fire, you don't want to go rushing for the fire blanket. That takes too much time. You know, let's say the sleeve of someone's shirt caught on fire. Right? Well, put it under water or pat it out with another piece of clothing, grab a jacket or something. It takes too much time to go and get a fire blanket. And seconds count. So now if the fire's too big for a piece of clothing or someone else is trying to put it out, you go grab a fire blanket, okay, and that should help. Right? When should you use the emergency shower? The answer to that's probably never. With the chemicals we're using, that should not be an issue. Now, if you had someone there was a major fire going on, or with a person and you could put them under the shower, or there was a major acid spill all over a person, yeah, I could see using the emergency shower. But frankly, we're not working with that quantity of chemicals or that strength of chemicals, and we're never working with anything that should start a major fire. So, in all honesty, we should not ever need it. Okay? It would only be used in a true emergency. And what telephone number do you call in the event of an emergency? Well, that's 911. Now, 911 does not go outside. It actually stays within our building. It goes to the front office, and it rings on every phone in the front office, and someone will pick it up. Okay, so that's the phone number we call. They decide if they're going to call an outside person. Okay, so in the event of an emergency, just dial 911. Okay, that's it, folks. End of this one, and I'll see you in class. If you have questions, just let one of us know. We'll be happy to answer.